CEO of both SpyFu and RivalFlow. So we just got back from the Brighton SEO show in San Diego, and I wound up giving hundreds of live demos. And I just got my voice back. But a few key kind of interesting takeaways that we had, and a few hacks. One in particular that I want to share with you. First of all, in doing these demos, I found that a lot of customers, kind of intuitively wrap their head around, what RivalFlow does and how it works, right? So we read your competitor's page and we read your page and we say, what questions are they answering that you're not? And what questions are they answering more thoroughly? And then we help you fill in those gaps with the AI that's designed specifically, to match the tone and voice of your page, and we show you right where to put it, right where to paste it. So it's kind of obvious, intuitive that's not really going to do any harm to you, right? That's RivalFlow's first directive is first do no harm. And a lot of people got that. No big deal, right? But the real question is, does it work? And I knew that was kind of the real question, right? Is this going to work? Is it going to work in the long term? Is Google going to penalize this or something like that, right? So I wanted to be able to show real proof. And I actually, on the Friday before we went out to Brighton, I made a whole 90-minute live stream of me YOLOing into live customer accounts. But we also did that on the trade show floor, and I wanted to show you how we did that. And I wanted to show you a little bit about how that evolved and ultimately how you can leverage it, for your business. So I built this Chrome extension, actually Will built this, but what it ultimately does is it's going to blur out the key details on our reporting page. But little side note, about 3 months ago, we made it so that customers could connect their Google Search Console, their RivalFlow account, to their Google Search Console. So I'm actually able to see these real live customer results. And when I started to see these things roll in, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I knew that RivalFlow is, super, worked really well for us. In fact, that's where we came up with our logo when we dog fooded it on SpyFu, we saw this sort of instantaneous lift. And so what I'm showing you here is actually still the SpyFu stuff. I've had the opportunity to talk to lots and lots of customers, but maybe those customers are self-selecting. I didn't know, really. I didn't know what the representative customer would look like until they started connecting to their Google Search Console. And so, of course, we've got hundreds of customers that have now connected, and so I know what the real results look like, and they're actually beyond what I ever expected. So anyway, we built this Chrome extension. I can blur and unblur this stuff, right? So then what we did is on the trade show floor, I have this, I loaded in all of our customers that have ever connected their Google Search Console anonymously into this spreadsheet, and then I ordered it chronologically. Now, what this allows me to do is just kind of jump into any random, this happens to be my birthday, 4/2, and so we can just jump in to any customer account, and then boom, you can see that it just sort of instantly, you can see these RivalFlow shaped results, and I can go in and show you all those results. I can even go in and show you the worst one, right? Well, of course, if I'm just randomly clicking on something, I know I'm randomly clicking it, but how do we make it so that you know that you're randomly clicking it? So the evolution that we made on the trade show floor was, just tell me your birthday, right? So here's how this would look, right? So I'd ask a customer, I'd give them this kind of idea of how this thing works, and I'd be like, okay, tell me your birthday. So this is a spinner thing, and pretend, I'm going to pretend that you're a customer giving me your birthday. It came up behind December 31st, of course. I doubt that we have a December 31st. Let me just spin the wheel one more time, because I don't know how many people connect their account on actually the New Year's Eve, but here we go. How about November 13th? November 13th also going to be a little bit annoying because that's right around now and right around the time that we launched. What I wanted to do is give me something in the middle here, right? I can't believe how uncooperative this particular wheel is being. Give me something good. Come on. Finally, February 1st. I can work with February 1st. I believe I can work with February 1st, guys. Here we go. This literally, I never had that happen on the floor. I got one February 1st. Look at that. I mean, okay, come on. Here's your RivalFlow right there, guys. Okay, so this is how this whole thing would go down. we'd go in and we look at these accounts. I would actually go in and show them the worst actual outcome. What I want you to focus on here is you got 112,000, a lift of 112,000. Let's go look at the worst one. It's probably not that. Well, it's negative 24,000 isn't too bad. But here what you see is actually not like this sort of drop, right? What you see is just kind of this gradual decline that we didn't turn around. But then again, maybe we did. Maybe that's a turnaround, right? So at the end of the day, if something does go down from RivalFlow, which by the way, it's kind of my job to look into these things. If it does, you just roll it back, save that result and then go back. So let's do one more of these. Maybe I'll get a good one. Okay. September 8th. That'll work for me, I think. Let's go to September 8th. Give you guys at least 2 shots at this. September 8th. Lots of customers. September 8th. Here we come. All right. Okay. So it's like not, obviously we get a win, but what I don't really love is this, but let's see what their overall account looks like. Nice. Plenty of wins. In fact, like basically no losses here. Or I'm sorry. They do have a loss, but, their wins are considerably bigger than their gains. Let's look at their worst situation. Okay. So the thing about this is, and this is very typical, is that the loss actually all came before they published. I don't know if I called attention to this, but this is the date that the RivalFlow stuff was published. And so anytime you see all that loss coming in, that's pretty typical because a customer generally will come to us when something has gone down. And so one of the best things that I get to see is when, it's coming in and then it comes up, right? Okay. So the thing about this, one kind of cool takeaway is that this is something that you all can use, right? This is a very powerful trade show moment, right? When I'm talking to a customer and I can show them a real customer result that they can tell, I don't know what's happening. It really sold it to them. Like, it really made an impact. Like, they automatically got it, right? They knew that I wasn't making this up, that I wasn't cherry picking anything. So you can use this, so here's the deal. How can you use this? Well, if you're a RivalFlow customer, obviously you can also use this. We're going to make this blur tool public, but it can also work for any other site. So like what I mean by any other site is, if you have another tool that you use that's not RivalFlow and you've got results in there, you can make these kinds of rules. These are just, all we're doing is a little CSS selector. And I'm going to show you how to do this for any tool pretty soon. But real quick, I'm going to give you a quick teaser of how this can work with just standard Google Search Console. I'm going to hit pause. I'll be right back. Okay, so what I've done is I've loaded in a different configuration so that I'm able to actually blur out Google Search Console stuff, right? And we're going to release this too, but we're still sort of experimenting with it. So ultimately what I've done is I've made it so that you can browse around Google Search Console and blur things out in a similar way. So you might have some of these results that you'd like to be able to share and dig into, but look, so this is actually RivalFlow underneath, and I'm blurring out all these other things. And so you could actually, send this over to prospective customers without having to disclose the details of your existing customers. Obviously, you can use this for RivalFlow, you can use it for Google Search Console, but also you can customize it to any website that you want. And I thought it was kind of an interesting hack that agencies might be able to use, that other SaaS vendors might be able to use, and we'll just make this tool public. I'll make another video in the future. It's just a quick takeaway that I got from Brighton, where I thought this is a really powerful moment, and I thought maybe you could use it too. All right, well, have a great one.